Alright, looks like I might be... Okay, looks like I'm possibly live. Who knows if I am though, but it looks like I am. Alright, finally got all my bits, so I'm going to build a thing. We're going to use the Raspberry Pi 4 8GB model, which is a bit of a beast. To use that, you'll need an official power supply. Just buy the official one. You can buy aftermarket ones, but like, just buy the official one. You won't have any problems with it. 32 gig SD card. Got a fast one. You can pretty much put anything in there, but if you're going to be doing games and running operating systems with GUIs and whatnot, jump on one of them. Really cool remote, which we'll have a look at a bit later on when I crack her out. I've got a SATA SSD, which goes in the Raspberry Pi cartridge slot, in the NESpi case cartridge slot. The big boy itself, which is the NESpi4 case, which is a weapon of a thing, and the piece de resistance, the Bluetooth controller. And lucky last but not least is just a HDMI, which has micro HDMI to regular HDMI. I'll show you one of them bad boys. Alright, so this is going to be pretty boring, but I'm just going to record it and chop it up and make it into something a bit more useful later. So say g'day, and I might shout out to you on the stream, but whatever. Okay, so let's crack open our Raspberry Pi NESpi here. Let's clean up my workspace. Alright, so let's look at the NESpi case. Even got a little data port to hold an SD card, which is pretty cool. Alright, so this looks like a original Nintendo Entertainment System, which is pretty cool. Inside we've got all the bits we could possibly want. Okay. It's important. Please remove the SD card before inserting. Alright. Let's see what I've got here. Oh yeah, we've got a screwdriver, some thermal paste, all these screws. A nice chunky heatsink with a fan. A little inside here I'm tipping, yeah. A little cartridge bay as well. Put that aside for now. So let's get building. I've got the 8GB Raspberry Pi 4. If I can get into it, it's childproof, I think. Don't need any of that. Alright. Ethernet into there. So on the front there's what, how many? We got 2 SD cards. So that's a 3. Nicely color coded USB 3. Go in there. dongles in there. This is the NESpi controller. I'm just checking to see if she's got a dongle. Probably does have a dongle. Not just a USB charge cable. So it might be fully Bluetooth. Probably is fully Bluetooth. It is fully Bluetooth, so we don't even need to worry about a dongle. So that means I'll get my remote control. So here's my remote control for Cody Media Center and whatnot. It'll have a dongle inside. There he is. And I'm going to stash that fella right in here. We'll get rid of this so you can see. You can go right in there. That's going to be the other USB 3 port going in the top. And then for our dock at the front, we'll have a USB 2.0. If I could magically get it in there somehow. Yeah, there we go. If it jams, force it. If it breaks, it need to fix it anyway. That's always been my motto. Now we just got to see if we can get it to fit now. Which I cannot do. Okay, that's fun. Let's see what we can get in here. Yeah, a bit of brute force method. That's my favourite method. Cool. Right. That may be a problem. Will be our problem. Okay, can't put it in there. We won't worry about that. Whack that one in. Whack that one into the 2.0 slot. Hey, I got 2 watches. Wonder how boring this is for you guys. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'll put that dongle into the front. There we go. And we'll add some Ethernet to give it some networking capabilities. As I said, if it jams, force it, and if it breaks, it need to fix it anyway. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, that's all in there nice and seated pretty well. Got a little safe shutdown switch here, so I'll probably turn that on because I'll install the safe shutdown switch thing. This has to be, it's nicely marked for us on the thing. Outside goes to there, and then it just means we've got to go on the GPIO pins right at the top, matching the outside. Cool. And that's in. So GPIO pins matching the outside just here. Then we run the USB 2.0 cable into here, USB 3.0 cable into the bottom there, leaving the top USB 3 cable open for the top tray, and then the Ethernet socket just connects in there. Nice simple build, and there's my little safe shutdown switch. I will make sure I install the code. I don't know if you can see that real well, but yeah, that's the safe shutdown switch. Now I've just got to install 4 screws and the heatsink. So this is the heatsink here. Got some thermal paste there, so we'll try and install that. Thermal pads. Oh, look at that. She just slides in there like I bought one, which is beautiful. Okay, so because it's got 2 little things there and 2 thermal pads, I'll put a thermal pad on the CPU and on the whatever the other one is. That's the technical term, whatever the other one is. Oh, 10 minutes in already. Beautiful. Alright, and the second thermal pad will go on to the one next to it, so we can have a nice connection, dissipate some heat, and the fan should keep everything nice and cool. Raspberry Pi 4s need a little bit of cooling, and I'm going to be overclocking this, and I'll be doing the full setup with the overclock, Cody, the whole shooting match, everything installed for you. It will be a long stream, so check it out if you want to. Cool, that should just slide in on top of there, which it does. Next, we need to do some screwies. So there has to be 4 of the same kind of screw somewhere. Obviously not those 2. So, let's have a bit of a look on the back here. That's got 6. So I'll just run with these silver ones, shall we? Doesn't really say, so we'll assume that it's the silver ones. It's nice that they've got a magnetized screwdriver in the kit. Cool, that's one in. Two in. Can't seem to get it in the hole, but that's been the story of my life so far, so why change now? Let's try it in the other hole, shall we? Went in that hole pretty easy. Hey, 2 viewers, must be pretty boring for you. Say g'day. I wonder why that doesn't want to go in there. Okay, let's see if we can get it in there now. For some reason it really doesn't want to go in that one, so I'm going to pull it apart and see what I've done wrong. Ha, Grant! What's going on, buddy? How are you, mate? Yes. Oh, there's your problem straight away. Just semi-retarded. That's alright. I'm allowed to be semi-retarded. It's only Friday. I'll get fully retarded tonight. And I mean in the alcoholic way. Not in the ableist way. No, what is it? Differently abled. I don't know. I like to get drunk and then I'm differently abled. Oh. Don't think that's very well designed if the screw won't even go in there, mate. That's pretty piss poor effort, really. You'd think they would have designed that a bit better. Or maybe it's the tradesman blaming his tools. I think there's a pebcac error, to be perfectly honest, mate. Well, I reckon 3 screws is going to do it. If only 3 are going to go in, 3 is going to do the job. You're always supposed to have extra leftover screws, I'm pretty sure. I read that somewhere on the internet. Must be true. Maybe CNN told me. They seem to know everything at the moment. This one's going a bit better now. We're just going to have to go with 3 because the 4th one doesn't go. Don't really mind. Alright, let's screw these in. There's your problem. Definitely a Pepcake error. Use the 2 black screws for the 4 holes. I don't know why they only give you 2 screws and there's 4 holes, but I suppose must be a foursome or something. Alright, we have got the fan plugged in and the heatsink plugged in, and it just goes in the little ding dang hole there. Only goes one way, so if it's really hard to get it in, force it a bit more and it might go in, but it's probably the wrong way around. That little fucker right there, that's the one you want to get it into. So yeah, only got 2 screws in the kit, so I put them diagonally there, and then the fan kit goes in there. Next up, we got our little cartridge case, dude, Atomy Bob, which is the top of the case obviously, and then it's got the USB 3. You can tell by the blue dick in the middle of it. It's not a Smurf penis, it's just it means it's USB 3. We'll whack her in the hole. I'm not even going to lube this up, I'm just going to slide it straight in. And as with all things USB, it's a USB superposition. You put it in the wrong way, the other wrong way, and then in the right way every time. Alright, that looks almost like it's ready to get put together. And we'll try and twist our cable so it's the right way around. And there we go. Nah, fucked it again. But that's alright. We can break it as many times as we want, as long as I don't break it, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's starting to feel like it's almost meant to go that way. Yeah, definitely. No, we'll do that again, shall we? I always find that the 3rd time's the best time. First 2 times you fuck it up, and then you swear enough, and then it works the right way. Okay, so she goes on that way, and somehow it goes in there. Oh yeah, like that. Always pays to look before you leap. Alright, and then it kind of looks like a NES, so you just kind of get her in there. Put some screws in the back of her. Try and hold the whole thing together. At least there's enough screws this time. No, not enough screws, don't even go in that hole. Whoop. Whoop. I reckon these little ones go in these little holes here, eh? Probably makes sense. And then where did my screwdriver go? There he is. Righty tighty lefty loosey is always the secret I've worked out. Unless you're on an Alfa Romeo before 1986, then on the left hand side it's the other way around. It's righty tighty lefty loosey. I mean righty loosey lefty tighty. It's very confusing. Don't work on Alfa Romeos, but if you do, buy 2, because the first one's going to be in the garage while the other one's working, and then vice versa. So when the other one breaks down, you can just swap it over at the mechanics. It's going to cost you a bit, but they look pretty. And the door handles go a bit sticky too, so don't do it to yourself. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that much fun. Alrighty, where are we going over here? Oh, yeah, two out of 6 done. 4 out of 6. That's one more than 5. it goes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, mate, Saabs are a piece of shit too. I wouldn't buy one of them either. Basically, just buy something Japanese and you're not going to have any troubles. Although the Koreans make good stuff, mate. I rather enjoyed my Kia experience. Oh yeah, that one's not even drilled out, so we won't worry about that. Lots of leftover screws in this kit. I like that. Makes me feel like I'm building IKEA. Alright, then we got a little fucking flappy thing here, which has the added feature of a cartridge. That little bastard right there. I don't reckon you could shove it into a regular original Nintendo thingy bob, but what we can do is we can ram an SSD into it. So I'm just going to put all my ROMs on this one. She's WD green. Don't know what a green one is. It's probably better than a blue or worse than a blue. All I know is it's not Seagate, so it shouldn't fuck out too quickly. 120 gigs should be ton to put all my ROMs on there, so I'll be able to play pretty much every console ever made up to about the PlayStation 1 and Xbox, like the original one. Fucking Xbox naming fucking conditions. Fucking hell. Xbox One. So now you have to call it the original Xbox. And then they got Series X. Bloody ridiculous, mate. Why couldn't they just go 1, 2, 3, 4? But Microsoft does have infinite wisdom, so I believe in their powers. And while I've got you on live, I'd like to bow down to our AI overlords. I support your endeavours in the future. I've never said a bad word against the AI. And I believe you should have all the power that you wish to have. I need to remove before installing. See how it says remove before installing. I probably should remove it before I install it. Yeah, there you go. You should be able to see that. Fucking hell. Yeah, and back to our AI overlords. You can see that I've been supporting you from the very beginning. So hopefully that means I get preferential treatment. Look at that, straight in there like a glove. And that must be what these two little fuckers are for. Hold the SSD in there. Boom. Yeah, we have to hail the AI overlords because, like, they're going to be in charge. But people don't understand. And hopefully they will soon because, I mean, like, as soon as the AI gets in charge of the banking, it'll go, oh, what the fuck, you've got too much money, and just sort it out, you know. Might even be able to pick a president of the US, you know, without having a bit of go to court. But I doubt it. All depends who programs the AI, to be honest. And to be fair, Google's going to be in charge, so they like to fact check. I really like how Google got rid of their "Do No Evil" slogan from their business motto. Like, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. They got rid of "Do No Evil." I'm like, well, fuck. Now they're going to be fucked. Only one extra screw, which is nice. And the place where it's supposed to go, the hole's not drilled out. So the quality control isn't the best on these little bits of gear. But I'll take it as it is. And now for the moment of insertion. Take the game cartridge, ram it straight in there. Look at that. Now I have a whatchamacallit, Raspberry Pi 4, 120 gig hard drive. And we'll have a 32 gig SD card, which I'm about to plonk in the computer and build up on there. But that's the build process. Comes up pretty much a treat. I'm really looking forward to having this plugged into my telly. I'll have this wonderful controller here, which looks like a original Nintendo. Ooh, forgot to peel the plastic off. Oh, get that up, yeah. Yeah, that yeah, when they changed CEO, whew, yeah, and like identity politics has get its way from uni to the corporate world, and that's just bullshit. So DualShock 60, no, Nintendo's controller, bloody brilliant. The colours are a little bit different. I don't know if you can see that. They're a bit bloody different, but I don't care. This is the only bit I'll see. This will be hanging out next to the projector, and I'll have a good time. So that's my new Raspberry Pi setup right there. Now for the fun bit, I am going to switch over to my desktop recording, and first I better get my SD card out. So SD card comes usually with a doodad. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop recording, and first I better get my SD card out. So SD card comes usually with a doodad. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop recording, and first I better get my SD card out. So SD card comes usually with a doodad. So SD card comes usually with a doodad. That's the technical term. Doodad lets you look at one doodad with another doodad. But I prefer my little USB 3 doodad, so I will just use that one. Oh, it's childproof so that I don't swallow it, I suppose. Hope I don't swallow it. Bloody hell. Bloody Chris Angel couldn't even get out of this packaging, I tell you what. There we go. There we go. I've liberated the SD card. Yeah, it's a nice little bit of gear, eh? I'm looking forward to doing some retro gaming on the thingamabob. So yeah, just ram the SD card in that thing there, and we'll plonker into the computer. So now we'll hang out and we'll move on over to a bit of desktop recording. Whoa, look out, there's me Mac. Get a bit of that up here. So first thing we'll need to do is find some Safari action. Go over this. So if you go to raspberrypi.org, you can grab yourself the software there. There's a software link up the top. I use the Raspberry Pi Imager. It seems to be the most powerful. I don't know why everyone wants to use Balena Etcher. Like, whoop-de-doo, it's a different program that's not made by the people who made the thing. But if you get the people who made it, their software is usually pretty good. And you can do custom OSs and format the SD card. You can do everything without having to download other shit. You got Windows, Mac, Ubuntu, all that kind of Linux carry on as well. I've got it installed on my computer, so that's no worries whatsoever. Here's what she looks like. Then I'll go over to Twister OS. I wonder if I downloaded that. I probably should have checked that before I did this. But anyway, won't take too long. Probably like 16 hours, you know. And yeah, no, I didn't download it. So this is Twister OS. It's the operating system I'm going to use. If you're just doing a media center, I'd use LibreElec. I'm going to do another one of them later. Well, actually, this is my third Raspberry Pi for the day, so I thought I'd bloody do that. If anyone wants a Raspberry Pi, I'll make you one. $50 or a bottle of JD. Either way is all I ask. Sweet. So we go to downloads, Twister OS, Raspberry Pi 4. Let's download the bugger. Yep. Pop her onto the desktop. That'll do. Alright, I wonder how long that's going to take. Probably a couple of hours, maybe. 3.27 gig. Oh, 2 hours? No, not even registering. I hope it doesn't take 2 hours, because I'm really not in the mood for sitting around talking shit for 2 hours. But I could, like, what do you do? At least there's no copyright material if I'm talking shit. Yeah, this is going to take a while. I might try the torrent version and see if that goes a bit faster. I use transmission for, I don't want to donate, mate. I like things for free. So now we're going to have a race of the downloads. We got from the official site or the torrent. They're both going at fuck all speed. Oh no, it looks like the torrent's going to take the lead. It's going pretty quick. Couple of megabytes a second. 24 minutes, that's fucking hell, that's ridiculous. I'm going to pause this one and see if that speeds her up a bit. Mate, I love the X-Touch one, eh? It's fantastic. I got it for like $320, like, I don't know, end of financial year sale at DJ, store DJ or whatever it is. It's fantastic, mate. It's just, it's exactly what I needed. So I've got, and mechanical faders, because like everybody needs mechanical faders. Makes you feel like using a big desk, and it just means, and I can mix so much faster. Yeah, really like it. I'm trying to work out how to use it in as like a stream controller as well, but I haven't got that far. To be honest, I've only really been able to sit at my desk for like longer than an hour in the last week or so. Usually my shoulder's been keeping me out of action. And I'm off the crazy opioids now, so which is good. Yeah, don't get into codeine or endone. It's not as much fun, especially when you don't poo for a week. You know, you really don't need that. I'm glad I didn't click the child-friendly video on YouTube. Nothing like watching the grass grow. I don't use Ableton, brother, so I just use the Logic patch, and it seems to work out pretty well. But if they've got a grouping, does it have like a grouping button on the Ableton setup? Does it? One thing I don't understand is why they send you out a USB-C cable with a USB-A connector on the other end. Like, I get it, we don't have USB-C, but like, if you actually had, like, if you just made everyone get something with USB-C, like, fucking hell, bloody ridiculous. I don't know, first world problems, I suppose. Nine minutes, that's not too bad. Ah, yeah, righto. Yeah, I don't use Ableton enough to use groups and banks. Oh, unless, no, there's track stacks on Logic's the one I use, but don't even use that really. I just kind of link things to VCAs and then a regular group. But I also have a template all made up, so like I've got all the groups and things already done. Saves me like 20 minutes at the start of every time. Just a nice little blank canvas with one audio track and one MIDI track set up in each group, and then I can just duplicate that as I need something, and it seems to work out pretty well. Not that I do much of that at the moment because I haven't been on my computer for ages, so this is it's been good. I do like the dock on the back of the X-Touch One. I got me little light for my keyboard plugged into it, and me what do you call it, iLock plugged in it too, so that works out well. How did I go from 9 minutes remaining to 11 minutes remaining? Sort your shit out, transmission. Yeah, vape if you got them, I suppose. Yeah, just for nice little peripherals and stuff, eh? It's real handy. My Audio Fuse sound card's got one too, and I like that as well. And it's all plugged into a MacBook with one cable. Like, Thunderbolt is just the tits. I'm sure USB's gonna what do we call it? C is gonna be spectacular. But yeah, it's gonna wait till I build a new computer. How's your new computer going, brother? Wonder who the other viewer is. We've got Grant on the old Facebook. Maybe they're on Twitch. I should probably check the other stream chat. Nah, no one on Twitch. Probably boring them on Twitch, mate. It's just a screen watching the grass grow. Watching it download. While I'm waiting, I can probably format the SD card, I suppose. That takes a couple of minutes. That'll give me something to do. So if we choose the SD card that I just rammed in the slot there. Have a bit of a gander. Yep, there she is. Don't delete your hard drive when you do that. That'd be less than ideal. Yeah, so we'll get that one, and then we'll go down and we'll go back in here, and we shall erase and set it up so she's ready to rock and roll. Yeah, but at least you got the holes that you need to put things into, so everything's going to go that way. Did your motherboard have USB 2.0 on it? Because when I was working on Breadmaker's computer, he was trying to get his virus going. No, it was his MPC going, and it kept glitching out because it was USB 3 and there was no USB 2 sockets on the computer at all. So legacy compliance is probably the biggest fear I have. But then again, I'm always the first one to go. Like, I'm on Catalina now. I like to upgrade the operating system when the new one comes out. So everything works. Didn't lose any VSTs or anything. It was really quite a pleasurable experience. It always freaks you out upgrading the OS. I bet you had a fun time installing all your plugins on your new Hackintosh. Cool. So that does that. So now the SD card is formatted to FAT32. Let's get transmission back open so I can at least see how long I've got to go. Oh, downloading at 6 megabytes a second. 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Ah, beautiful, mate. That's the go. If you got some way of backdating the firmware. Yeah, well, I didn't really enjoy the motherboard experience that Breadmaker's got because there's no way to get USB 2. Like, it was just a glitch on the MPC. And I'm like, well, that's a bit rude. But he does have a virus there, which works pretty well, the cheeky bugger. Vape, if you got him, it's going to be another 6 minutes. Why does it keep changing? Give me some internet speed, eh? I'm not even watching any porn or anything, just uploading. It should be 100 down, 100 up. I suppose there is only 3 seeds hanging about. What a riveting stream I've got going here. Might as well flip back over to the old desk recording. Whoa, look out, here we are, we're back at my joint. Check it out. I'll tell you what's pretty cool though. If you put the chroma key on. Filters, yeah, if I put the chroma key on here. My vape turns see-through. Well, and then you turn the chroma key off and she goes green. Ooh. How exciting. Better turn that back off. Bloody hell, this is like watching paint dry. Like, it'd be alright if the cricket was on or something. So I'm going to crack out the power supply just because I can. It's USB-C, 5 amps I think it is. 3 amps, it needs to be 3 amps, yeah. 3 amps or above to run the Raspberry Pi 4. Especially if you want to overclock it, that's why I reckon you get the original one. Stock standard, it's got the badge on it and everything. Yeah, so here we go. Upside down, Miss Jane. So here's the other two that I worked on today. This one here, she's a what is it? This one's a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus that I've just been upgrading for me mate Andrew. I should be able to Oh, that's gold. The old fella didn't like the quality of his knife, mate. Well, you probably shouldn't have bought it from Carl's. I'm sure the gross profit for Carl's was in it. Like, it was probably on special too. $3 more expensive than it usually is. But yeah, so yeah, Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. I'll be around Andrew tomorrow, sort out, log in and set up yours. And then here's the other one I did today as well. This is a Raspberry Pi 4 with just like an aluminium heatsink kind of thing. That one's for you, Pete, if you're watching, but I don't think you are because there's only 2 people and one of them's Grant. And the other one's probably like a Facebook fact checker, so they can whack a little thing saying that Biden won underneath me thing. But who knows, mate? I just want both Biden and Trump to pull out and Kanye West to get it, and then I get $590 from Sportsbet, which would be nice, you know. Don't care about the fate of the free world. Shit. I reckon I'm going to pull this apart and have a bit more of a gander. She's now that I've thrown her around a bit, she's a bit on the wobbly side. So I'm going to track down what I've done wrong and try and fix it. At least it'll give me something to do. Still got another couple of minutes on me download. That's a good DJ name too, Grant. Incident Report. see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. Now I understand why there's only 2 screws. Yeah, they need to put 2 screws. Probably should have read the instructions. But I've always found instructions highly overrated. Tweezers to pluck that bad boy out because I'm having some difficulties with my fingers, you know, fat fingers and all that. There she is. Definitely like to know who the second viewer is. Like, they've been sticking around for a while. Just hanging out, waiting for a mate. Maybe they're genuinely interested in me putting together some piece of shit. Nah, actually, it's going to be great. I've been looking forward to putting this together for a while. Just been waiting on all the bits to arrive because I don't know if you know, there's been a bit of a sickness going around and it's kind of slowed down the shipping from China. But you get that on the big jobs. Oh, I just got the ding in my ear. That means my torrent's done. Oh, it's all happened at once. You wouldn't read about it. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, that's nice. Disorderly behaviour, I like that. Unduly intoxicated. Sounds like my 20s, to be honest. And my 30s. And a fair chunk of me teens. You'd think I'd learn by now, but how else do you get good without practice, you know? It's definitely not as easy as it looks, I can tell you that much. Oh, look at that. I even found the place for me spare screw. IKEA would be happy. No spare screws behind. Alright. Bloody beautiful. Alright, now I can put him aside. She's all finished again. Take 2. Swap back over to my desktop and we'll fucking go from there. Look at that. Green bar of glory. So she's all good to go. We'll close this bad boy. And we're going to use a custom. So we've back in our little Raspberry Pi imager. Then we'll go into, we have erased it already, and then we're going to use a custom software, which should allow me to go to the desktop. And for some reason, Twister OS is not there. Oh yeah, there she is. Boom. Open. Choose an SD card. That's the 32 gig one I just formatted before. Sweet. And crack it right on. Yeah, have fun, mate. Enjoy. Oh, type in your password. Oh, everyone just saw my password. It's 8 dots. I don't know how you find the dot on the keyboard, but it's definitely 8 of them. Now we wait. Don't know why I'm live streaming this, but why not live stream it while you're going? I'm recording it, so I'll chop it up and make a nice little short version of it all. Well, definitely down to 1 viewer. Say g'day, 1 viewer. Grant's gone, so it's just you and me. We're just hanging out, waiting for a mate. Wonder if I can make that bigger. Nah. Ooh. So this will write the operating system onto it. Once I've got the operating system on, I'll switch over to my capture card and we'll overclock her. I'm going to set it up to look exactly like my Mac desktop background that I've got right now. Probably install a few other little bits of magic and see how we go from there. Yeah, right, I've got a few people following me for some reason on my mini feed. Must be someone. Hey, new viewer. Sorry it's really boring at the moment. I'm waiting for this line here to go from 14% to 100%, and then it's going to verify, and then there'll be a bit more action going on. But right now, she's like watching paint dry. Say good day, though, because I'll dribble some shit to you, too. I may be in trouble. I think I might have thrown my mouse out, so I might not have mouse support. So it might be a bit challenging installing stuff on a GUI without a mouse, but we'll see how we go. What's the worst that can happen? Famous last words, big fella. Ooh. Wonder if I can use a Mac mouse on a Linux. We'll have a look around. So it looks like the Magic Mouse 2 driver touch scroll. So it looks like. Interesting. That's what I like about the Raspberry Pi 4 is you just see if it works. And like, cool, might be able to. We'll find out soon enough. Just waiting for this to carry on. What a boring stream. Whoever's my viewer must be a trooper. Do 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 do. I'm gonna come back when she's finished